it for a second. What? It's going down again. Got him right there. Here we go, just another really nice midday fish. Oh, he's not done yet. Awesome, super thick, super healthy. Midsummer walleye out here on Leech Lake. That is just exactly what happened. I swear, sometimes you set them down next to each other and they all get tangled up. I think it's just part of the game though, right? Well, I don't think we'll be needing most of these rods today, but we'll leave that one kind of set aside. What is going on, guys? Today we are back with another video. We're up here on a destination which I have not yet put in a video this year yet. It's one of my absolute favorites, and I've been up here a couple times now. We're up here on the infamous Leech Lake, northern Minnesota. It's hard to tell what really anything is because I think there's just so much smoke from the wildfires in Canada. It's kind of just always gloomy, almost always looks like sundown, and kind of crazy. Right behind me is Horseshoe Bay Lodge up here on Leech Lake. That's kind of my home away from home when I'm up here on this lake, and Leech Lake is just like, I don't know, it's something about, it seems like the motherland for like walleye fishing, musky fishing, all this kind of stuff. And Horseshoe Bay Lodge is kind of just centrally located on the lake, easy access out into the big basin. So absolutely check those guys out. I've been staying here for, well, I guess last night was the first night. I've just been fishing like around the clock, and I absolutely love this place. They got a huge marina to get out of the wind, restaurant. They got like a hotel option or a motel type of option. Kind of big cabins, a little bit of everything. So check those guys out if you're coming up here. I'll go ahead and link them into the description. Give Cameron a call and he'll set you up. But yeah, Leech Lake. Today we're going to be doing some walleye fishing to start anyways. And I think I've been fishing kind of everywhere. I've probably burned a whole tank of boat gas in the last day and a half. And I think we're going to power cork some walleyes. Although this video could just go 100 different ways, but what happens, what I think is going to happen, we're going to be power corking some night crawlers and on some deep humps. So we got to make a long run though. Kind of the area that I want to fish is I guess it's not that far, you know, 4 or 5 miles, but we're gonna blast off, go over there, fish some deeper water since it's the heat of the summer now, see what's going on. Leech is just so cool though. You can fish shallow, you can fish deep, you can fish in between. It's kind of like almost up to whatever you want to do. And I've been catching a few fish doing this, a few fish doing that, but I think power corking is gonna kind of be the deal. So stay tuned. Leech Lake Walleyes coming right up. We're gonna make a little run, hopefully put some fish in the boat. All right, well, we're in area number 1 here where we're gonna kind of start targeting these fish. And Leech is broken up into a whole bunch of different sections. You know, you might have, the main body is generally very shallow, very flat. You have a couple of bays, Walker Bay, Agency Bay, which are deeper. We're fishing in one of these kind of deeper bays today. And we'll go all into kind of where we're gonna be looking for fish and hopefully soon be catching some fish. But we're gonna start driving around. This is kind of the process where just got to cover some miles, put some miles on the boat. Don't really turn the big motor off and just look for some fish. So we'll catch back up with you kind of when we start seeing them here and hopefully start dropping some bobbers on them. Got him right there. Oh yeah. And these Leech Lake walleyes are mean. My GoPro turned off right as I was about to drop. Oh yeah, that's just the right fish right there. Whoa. I just cannot get over how unbelievably flat it is out today. And because of that, it kind of changed the way I fish. I'm not so much just gonna keep my bait something like a spinner or trolling where I'm just constantly trying to get around fish. The only way I'm gonna fish is just like this, where I know my bait's in fish 100% of the time. Man, and these Leech Lake walleyes, they just pull so incredibly hard. Look at that, just a beautiful sight. Midday. Oh yeah, out here in some of these deeper humps. There we go, and I got a stack of them under me right now too. Oh, it feels good. It feels good. I'd take a little wind, but it is just gorgeous out. It's not too incredibly hot out yet. Little jig right in the roof of the mouth. Too awesome. Well, there we go. There's number one of the afternoon walleye hunt here. Out on one of my absolute favorite bodies of water of all time. Ready? He's just gonna shoot. Oh, there he goes, back to the depths. He'll be in just fine shape. Well, let's rig up, do it again. And I'm probably not gonna have 100% conversion ratio. You know, I'm gonna drop on a lot of fish probably that you guys are not gonna see on camera where nothing's gonna happen. But if we can kind of stay around enough fish and keep dropping them, you know, catch 1 out of 3, 1 out of 5, something in there, it'll be a good afternoon. Going down. Just a couple of them there, but anytime you get a couple big marks next to each other, always worth a quick drop. Oh man, look at this, sitting here tying up a drop shot. It's so far out there though. Oh, we got him, and we got a phone call at the same time. I gotta turn the phone off. Oh, I was just gonna tie up a drop shot to try that. And I can tell you this, when these fish just get heavy on the rod, they're super nice. Never waste a second, I guess, right? Dropped on a few pods and just wasn't getting bit, and was like, well, dropped on that one. It's like, well, that one's sitting there. Might as well. This is a good fish. Might as well get a drop shot going. Oh yeah, really nice walleye. Man, that is just tough to beat right there. I don't know if that means switch or stay with it. Is that a divine sign right there? Look how much of a disaster this boat is right now. It's kind of actually unbelievable I've let it get to this point, but I kind of have everything in here for doing everything. Wow, is that a chunker? And in my experience, when you get in this part of the lake, on some of these deeper humps, you get a lot more of these quality fish. There's another reel turn on you, buddy. He's just not giving up. Come here, buddy. Well, maybe we just gotta sit on him longer. Maybe we'll just totally scrap the power slip bobber and just do one of these. Oh yeah, just spot lock, sip on a water, eat a sandwich, and catch studs like that. I mean, that is just a really good walleye right there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I think everybody else that's fishing out here seems to be like really shallow, and I just couldn't find like decent fish up there. But when a 100,000+ acre lake, there probably is somewhere. But look at that. That is just a awesome, super thick, super healthy midsummer walleye out here on Leech Lake, and that is just exactly what we're after. I don't even want to let you go, buddy. I'm too happy with you. That is a quality fish right there. All right, let's let you go, buddy. That is just exactly what we're after. There he goes. Awesome. Let's do it again. Got him. Right there. We're hooked up. Man, dude, I just can never get over when I come to this lake. You fish walleyes on enough different locations. Some lakes, they just fight like incredibly hard. And this is one of those lakes where they just pull and pull and pull. This is just gonna be another really nice fish too. Man, just wild. Absolutely wild. Well, it feels like we're putting it together. Oh yeah, really nice walleye. Really nice walleye. They're just so healthy too. This thing's just literally corkscrewing. My gosh. That is just unbelievable. One of my absolutely favorite destinations. It just seems like Whoa. Fish are just so healthy and so mean. One of my favorite parts about Leech is just the diversity. It's one of those lakes you can just fish walleyes just a ton of different ways, because there's so much like diversity to how the lake's set up. And here we go, just another really nice midday fish. Oh, he's not done yet. He's not done yet. Oh, he got him. Just a super wide, tall one. Oh man, does that feel good. And these fish are just so unbelievably healthy. And this is just another one of those super nice, you know, kind of low to mid 20s fish here. Oh, he's 24 all day, I'd say. All day long. Just gonna get you popped off here quick, buddy. There we go. Look at that guy. That is what we are after right there. Midday stud Leech Lake walleyes right there. Look at that. Just built for eating. Surrounded by little perch and little minnows down there. And there we go. Just another quality Leech Lake walleye right there. Too awesome. Let's let him go. Let's let him go, man. They are just an absolute handful. I mean, look at this thing as I'm putting him back. He's just gonna bolt too. Oh, there he goes. See you later. Back to your little sandgrass perch infested hump. So these spots we're fishing, basically what we're doing is we're looking at a map that looks something like this right here, and we're highlighting. Now Leech is very diverse. I guess we'll kind of go into that. There's some areas that'll be very shallow for, you know, huge basins. There's other bays that'll be a lot deeper, kind of Agency and Walker Bay are a lot deeper, and they kind of have a lot more of that classic walleye deep water structure. The main body of Leech is a lot more 15, 20 feet of water, very flat stuff. It'll have plenty of rock and things you can do this on, but generally it's a little bit shallower and it fishes shallower out there. So we're fishing one of these deeper bays, and basically we're getting in here, we're highlighting everything, you know, kind of the same depth that I fish a lot of in the summer, that 20 to 25, 26 feet of water. We're highlighting that in green on the Hummingbird, and then basically we're looking at all those and we start driving around. Now the key to success today seems to be having some of this real fine weed stuff down there. We'll throw up a screenshot of it right here. And that stuff seems to be holding a lot of this bait fish. And I don't know if it's sandgrass or what it is. It's probably some form of like a sandgrassy type thing. And it seems to be holding a ton of bait fish. And obviously the walleyes are right there with them. And I think a lot of this bait fish, sometimes when it's real calm out, I can see them if I turn the motor off and like look around. I can see them like up on the surface. And a lot of them are like that long. And they're just wads of them, super, super dense. My guess is some of the other schools down there are perch, but for whatever reason, the humps that have these obviously are just packed with walleyes. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist a lot of times to kind of put those two variables together. And I'd say it's probably, you know, if there's 15 humps in this basin, probably 7 of them got the right kind of stuff on it with fish on it. So, you know, it's just driving around. And one thing I've noticed kind of throughout the course of, I actually did this kind of before we turned the camera on a little bit too, was you might pull into a hump and it'll be loaded. You might catch 3 fish and just kind of go to the next one. And, you know, that one's got nothing on it. You go to the next one, catch a few, and you come back to that first one, and all of a sudden there's nothing on it. So these fish are definitely pulling out of basin, out of open water. They're kind of crashing into these humps. They're feeding on a lot of that stuff, and my guess is they're sliding back out. So it's kind of a ring around the rosy, which, you know, is a good technique to be doing, this kind of power fishing technique, where you're just in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, you're kind of constantly chasing fish. Not the kind of thing where you'd, you know, spot lock and spend an hour doing it, because those fish can just move so quickly in the middle of summer that kind of making sure you're in those fish 100% of the time seems to be the way to kind of weave your way and pick through a lot of these spots. Oh, we'll see. It's a pretty decent little wad of them. Unfortunately, it's, yep, right there. Let him eat it for a second. What? It's going down again. Got him, right there. Hooked up. Sometimes you just have to will them to bite. There we go. I actually just missed one. Likely out of the same pod. This one's not quite as big. But he's wily. We'll take every one. This is not too bad of fishing for middle of summer. It gets a lot worse than this. There we go. And all good sized ones. You know, fishing up shallow like I was catching fish, but they were just all smaller fish, you know? And how many 15-inch walleye videos can a guy really make? We'll save those for when I'm back in Wisconsin. There we go. Smallest one of the day here, but still, you know, still a really nice stocky 18-incher. Not one bit. That bobber actually went down. I was letting them eat it a little bit, and it came back up, and I was like, oh, it might have been a perch. And then it went right back down. There we go. Obviously, nice little Leech Lake walleye right there. Like I said, smallest one of the day, but we'll take every single one of them. These tough summer days, you can go a lot of times a long time trying to figure out how to get fish to bite. So when we're getting them to bite, we're not going to complain. And I think part of it is we're just around so much feed in here and so much bait. A lot of times these fish, when they're around stuff like this, they're just naturally in a feeding mood. And these fish up here are definitely eating on these humps. Going down. Oh yeah, done deal. Take a screenshot for you. Pay closer attention to the down imaging because you can kind of see the individual fish a little bit better on that. This thing should be going down. Should almost not even have to wait this long. As the day's gone on since we started filming this, we've got a little more chop, which is normally a good thing for slip bobber fishing. Come on. Oh, it's down. Got him. I was kind of doing a loop-de-loop out and around there, and they're getting smaller. But hey, we're still catching them. Can't complain about that. This is kind of like the size I was catching out in the lake more. Not so much on the slip bobbers, but there's kind of a lot of these 15s, 16s. But like I said, we're not going to complain. Every one we get, we will take them all. And there we go. Power slip bobber and catches all sizes of fish. I just don't think there's a whole lot of ones this size on this spot. But if you're here to come into Leech Lake, most of you guys are probably looking to take home some fish because it's kind of a phenomenal lake for doing that. And fish of all sizes in this body of water. Down. Got him. Ooh, that is heavy. Oh man, just switched spots finally. And first drop on this spot, that's what I like. It's actually not as big as I thought he was. It might have been the boat driving against him that made him a little bit bigger, but oh. My GoPro quit working on my chest, I see. But we'll grab them anyways here. GoPro malfunctions. Just a classic GoPro fisherman's problem, the arch nemesis. Oh, now we're back to recording. How about that? Now we probably got audio again. Scoop them up. There we go. Oh, we're having all sorts of problems on that one, but that's all right. Another nice Leech Lake walleye here, and he's off right in the bag. Too awesome. There we go. Man, they're just such a healthy fish out here. There we go. There's another nice one right there. Can't beat it. Dog days of summer out here in Leech Lake, catching just a whole bunch of nice quality fish. There's kind of one of the smaller ones right there, but can't complain about this. Just pretty much catching them, you know, on command for the most part. We'll let that guy go. Too awesome. Power corking, definitely getting it done today out on some of these deep humps. All right, well that is gonna do it for today's video out here on Leech Lake. I'm gonna stop a little bit early and I'm gonna do some musky fishing. I don't know if we're gonna film it or if we're not gonna film it, but whenever I'm out here, we got very suitable water temperatures, you know, 73, 74 degrees. So we're gonna go out and give that a try. I don't know if we'll film it or not. Sometimes I gotta turn the camera off and not be on camera as well. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I always enjoy getting up here to Leech. One of my absolute favorite fishing destinations. Check out Horseshoe, like I said in the intro. I link them down below and everything like that. But right on the lake, big marina, just super, you know, they pretty much got something for everybody there. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap things up, do some musky fishing, maybe make about a 4-mile drive and do that. But I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys are not yet, please subscribe to this channel. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.